Peace and light, beautiful people. Thank you so much for sharing your time and energy in my space with me. Welcome to a very special episode of Cooking with Zenja. I'm very excited about this video. It is the first episode of Cooking with Zenja of 2021. Happy New Year. These spirit fingers are how I show my excitement. As you can see, we're in a new space and I'm very excited about it. If you haven't been here before, this is a little bit different than what we're accustomed to. I've spent the past few weeks upgrading my living arrangement.
I just got a new apartment. I'm gonna leave the floor wet.
I started the new year in a new space and I'm very excited to be making my very first Cooking with Zenja video in this new kitchen. On tonight's menu, I am making Szechuan eggplant. I don't know if y'all remember Szechuan sauce from McDonald's back in the day. I think it was in the 90s. I don't remember it, but I don't remember much. Anyway, Rick Sanchez from one of my favorite shows, Rick and Morty, was raving about the Szechuan sauce, and I see why. He actually teleported to a different dimension to get Szechuan sauce. There's a little bit of backstory about how good this sauce is, okay? Of course, Mickey D's version isn't the same as an authentic Asian flair. Nonetheless, the sauce is chef's kiss, okay? Let me run down the ingredients so we can get right into the recipe. A side of white rice, I'm gonna chop some onions up and throw it into my rice pot and pay it no mind. Ever since I got a rice pot, I refuse to boil rice on the stove. It's just not gonna happen. These Chinese eggplants are gonna be the main ingredient for our dish. As you can see, the Chinese eggplants are long and thin as opposed to the short fat ones that most of us are accustomed to. And these are said to work best for the recipe. I'm gonna be adding some green beans to my Szechuan eggplant. The recipe doesn't necessarily call for this. I just like vegetables and I've had it like this before. These green beans in that Szechuan sauce, whoo, child. The eggplants are fried in cornstarch. I'm sure you can use flour, but the recipe does call for cornstarch, so I just followed it as is, and they came out really, really good. And that's pretty much it for the eggplant, but the Szechuan sauce that we're gonna be tossing the eggplant in once it's fried does call for a few different ingredients. The main one being a chili paste. You also can use chili peppers, and honestly, this is so spicy on its own, you really don't need to add any additional flakes. Also, I couldn't find any in the grocery store, but you know, the more spice, the better. So I do have some crushed red peppers that I'm also adding. We're gonna need a rice vinegar, sesame seed oil, ginger and garlic. I am using minced garlic that's already in olive oil, and I'm gonna peel and chop this fresh ginger.
And soy sauce.
Now that we know all the ingredients we're gonna need for our eggplant and our Szechuan sauce, I'm gonna pop our white rice in the rice cooker and let that cook with some white onion and get started on everything else. Let's get into it. What I've done so far is slice our eggplant diagonally, and any slices that I thought were a little bit larger than I would like them to be, I just cut them in half one more time. This, I hope you can see it well, is a pretty good example of about the size our eggplant should be sliced into. I also went on ahead and chopped the tip off of our green beans and sliced most of them in half. And I have some ginger minced and ready for our Szechuan sauce. In the meantime and in between time, I went on ahead and tossed our eggplant in cornstarch. And I'm gonna pop them in my frying pan once the grease is hot. Our eggplant are gonna be a nice crispy golden brown when they're ready to come out of the pan, which they just about are. And use that same oil and the flavors from them cooking to start our Szechuan sauce. Once we have our rice vinegar, sesame seed oil, soy sauce, chili paste, ginger, garlic, 5-spice, crushed pepper, and black peppercorn searing in the pan that we cooked our eggplant and green beans in, we We allow that to warm up for a moment and then add the eggplant and green beans back in there so they can all get coated in the Szechuan sauce. Oh, this smells delicious. I let our eggplant and green beans fry for a couple of moments in the Szechuan sauce, just long enough to get back some of that crispiness that it may have lost, while we had it setting to the side, mixing the ingredients for the Szechuan sauce itself. I removed it from the flame, our rice is done, and we are all set to get everything plated and tasted.
Taste test time.
I recommend grabbing a scoop of rice with the eggplant and the green beans so you can taste all the flavors at once. I do put onion in my rice to give it some flavor. Rick Sanchez was onto something. Traditionally, this is topped with chopped peanuts. I don't want that.